Hey guys, it's Kelsey. I'm back with another scrapbooking process video, and our prompt for Scraptember today was to use a sketch from the Scrappy Sisters. So this is their sketch here. I loved it because I get to use 4 photos, and I had 4 to use for Avery's baby album. These originally were going to be 2 separate layouts. I was going to have the 2 pictures of Avery and Bennett playing with the Hot Wheels garage on one page, and then the 2 photos of Avery with the dogs on the other. But I've documented a lot of pages, I feel like, with Avery and the dogs, and this was all kind of happening in one day. So I decided that I needed 4 photos for a layout. I would just kind of put them both on the same one. And this background was the one my sister actually gave me that she wanted me to use in Avery's baby album. So I'm glad I'm finally getting it used up. I thought the colors went really well with like the Hot Wheels toy that's in one of them. All these photos are 4x6s, so I will trim them all into 4x4s. And I had 2 pieces of this lime green polka dot. I love this paper. I bought it like originally to use in Bennett's baby album and then never got it used up. I have 2 pieces of it, and I feel like if I don't get them used up in Avery's layouts, I'm never going to get them used up. So I'm using one of the 12x12s to mat the background in, so I have that lime green running around the edge. And then I'm using the second one to mat all the photos, and I'm not worried about gutting any of this. This supplies has been in my stash for over a year, and if I gut it and save it, it's just never gonna get used up. So I'm not being frugal at all in this one. Here's another page I bought for Bennett's baby album almost 4 years ago, and had an extra piece left, and I liked how that soft blue is also in that background polka dot, so I wanted to double mat all the photos. So I have the green from the outer mat, the softer blue to kind of soften up the mat and pull in another color. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you know I'm uncomfortable with these multicolor layouts. I'm much more comfortable sticking to 2 or 3 colors. So on a layout like this where there's lots of color, it's very hard for my brain to try to balance everything that's going on. So I'm trying to treat the photos the same way, at least so everything so far is kind of simple. And the fun's gonna come in with all the color, hopefully. So I loved how in the sketch all the photos were kind of off-center and slanted. None of them are really straight. I think that adds a lot of fun, especially because this is for a baby album. I think it just adds a lot of playfulness. So I'm just trying to play around with how I want these 4 kind of stuck together. And I'm trying to piece them as I go so they all don't keep shifting on me. But I just want them all kind of at a wonky angle. Not to the point where you kind of have to crank your head, but so that they're all, you know, a little off. And now that I have them all glued together, I'm just going to secure the mess of photos so I don't have to worry about them falling around. And I really get stuck on this one because I was determined to use this paper as my background, but I have 0 embellishment for this type of paper. But I did pull out my One Canoe 2 hashtag sticker book. This is their second one, and it came in clutch. I used the sticker book for almost all of my embellishing on this page. I was very happy that it had a lot of the colors that I needed. So right away I'm pulling in the kind of minty aqua that's in the polka dot, and then I'm also pulling in pops of navy because I think I need that darker color to kind of ground all the chaos that's going on. And I love that little hot air balloon. So I'm just trying to pull from the background all the colors that I need from the sticker book to create these little clusters here. These stickers are very, very thin, so I do like to mat them or back them on some cardstock and then fussy cut them if they're going to be overlaying a lot of layers. So in this case where it's going to go on the photo and over the 2 layers onto the background, I kind of wanted some more stability. So that's why I took the time to back them on cardstock and re-fussy cut them. But it's a lot better now that they're more structured, especially because that hot air balloon I want to pop up on some foam to have some dimension. So having the stability of the cardstock backing it really helps. I went ahead and glued the photos down. I know they're going to be in the middle of the page, and now I want to embellish how it was in the sketch. There's kind of diagonal embellishment on the upper right hand corner and the upper left hand or lower left hand corner. So I'm starting with the upper right hand corner with those elements I pulled out. I have the life is a collection of moments, the hot air balloon, and then I wanted to pull in that kind of limey green yellow. So I have a sticker that says remember, and I don't realize until I stick it down that it's too yellow, it's not green enough. But there is a more green version of that same sticker in that sticker pad, or in that sticker book. So I do end up just pulling out the other color and just laying it over the yellow. Because right now the yellow I can clearly see is a different tone than the other stickers, and it's distracting me. So I go and find the one that's more of a green tone and just overlap it, and immediately I feel better about it. At first I thought it was the same color, but it's definitely not. This one's more green, and that makes me a lot happier. So I like how the top cluster is going. I panic a little bit as I'm going through my sticker book because I want to create a similar cluster with the same colors in the lower left-hand corner, and I'm not finding immediately kind of things I want to use. As soon as I opened that book, I knew I wanted to use the hot air balloon and the life is a collection of moments. I get stuck a little bit on the lower corner, but I find this one kind of Starry Night navy straight sticker I trim into a fishtail banner, and I thought that could be a nice navy element to start the cluster off down there. I do end up moving that a little bit because I don't like the gap that's between that sticker and the right hand photo. So I'll shift that over so the gap's not there. But I know I have navy, so I'm trying to look for another kind of minty aqua element and another pop of that greeny yellow. I do find this little ticket that says Hello Weekend, and I think that's a really cute sentiment that could be more of a focal point like the Life is a Collection of Moments is. So I realize I want to move this banner over before I stick this ticket down. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way I can work around that gap, but I really want that navy banner to go all the way to the picture, so I'll shift that over in a minute. But before I do, I think I'm trying to just figure out what I want my other yellowy green sticker to be. But I know I want to stick down the Hello Weekend one before I keep moving, so I really do need to move that navy banner before I continue. So I'm just shifting it over a little bit so there's not that gap anymore. I don't like how much of the banner is covered now, but it was worth it to me to fill in that gap that was bothering me. So now I have the Hello Weekend stuck down, and now I need that greeny yellow element, and I find a little popsicle, which I think is cute. This page is just about Avery playing at Grandma's house pretty much. It's going to be titled Play. I think a popsicle is a fun, playful, item, and it's in the color scheme, so that's why I'm using it. But again, I'm just going to back it on some cardstock so it has a little bit of stability, but that's going to go right next to the Hello Weekend, so all my same colors from that top cluster are now also in this cluster, and that makes me happy. I'm trying to look at the background photo because I just feel like there's colors that are missing, and I realize it's the orange. I needed some orange in these clusters because I have the orange polka dots in the background and not really orange anywhere else, although there is orange in the photos from the ramp, the Hot Wheels ramp. But I recently used some orange labels from my stash, so I go back and pull them in. So I'm just adding a little bit of that orange label into both clusters so that orange is represented. Going back through the sticker book, really trying to find some more things I can layer up because I feel like I have no other embellishment in my stash that's kind of like this. This isn't really my aesthetic, this style of background. It's very fun and very cute and very pretty, very boyish. Perfect for this layout. It's just not my style, so I'm trying to figure out what I can use to finish out my clusters. So I go back through the sticker book and end up finding a couple more stickers I can pull in. There's another greeny aqua label that I'm just going to use the top of here and just tuck it on top of the orange label at the top there that says never forget this, and I like that because it pulls that color out a little more. And I feel like that balances the ticket in the bottom cluster better. And then I do pull in a couple word stickers in a navy and one of that greeny yellow color to go in the lower left hand corner, just to pull those two colors out more because I feel like those aren't as represented as other colors in the bottom cluster, so it takes me a minute to kind of finagle that. But other than that, those are pretty much my little clusters. I just need to figure out finishing touches. I need to do my title, and I need to find something to kind of hold this layout together because it's still feeling very chaotic to me, which is fun. I think it kind of goes with the theme, but I do just want to make sure that everything looks kind of held together because there's just a lot going on. I realize I need a longer orange label there since I'm adding word stickers that were longer than I was expecting. So I do just switch out the orange label for a longer one and re-stick those words down. So now that that's done, I'm going back through the sticker book to try to find some more finishing touches. And I realize once I get to the page that kind of has all the stars and plus signs and hearts, that I can really kind of select like the navy and the yellow green to add some embellishment. So this page here, I pretty much go for the plus signs and I just add some navy and the greeny yellow ones to both clusters as my kind of finishing touch. And then I really like how that looks, but I want something kind of dimensional and not papery. This layout is very paper based between the paper I used and the flat sticker book. So it does help I do have that hot air balloon on some foam, but I decided to go in and pull in some blue brads from my stash. I had some blue brads still laying out from my Scrap 5 challenge from last month. So I figured I could get those used up. It'd add another kind of blue from the background, but it also give me a different texture than all the paper that's on there so far. So I'm just pulling out, I think I'll only use 4. I use like 2 in each cluster just to kind of frame the clusters themselves. But I think it adds a nice piece of interest, so I'm just going to get those positioned. I ignore my brads a lot too. I need to get better about using brads, especially when I need blue, because I have like almost all my brads are different shades of blue. So I'm glad I got those little bits used up. And I feel like I don't need to do any journaling. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory, especially with my title that's going to be play. But I just felt like I wanted to incorporate some more color in a way that kind of holds all of this together. So I decided to go in with a navy pen and do some faux stitching around all the block of photos. And I think that really helps make it all seem more cohesive. It's kind of like I'm framing all of it without having to add paper. And then I realized I like it so much I want to use an extra color. I feel like the orange is standing out with how bright those labels are. So I go through like 6 different orange pens to try to find an orange that matches the orange on this layout. But I do find an orange I think matches really good, and I decided to just doodle a solid line behind the faux stitched line. And I like the difference in the lines, the difference in the colors. I think it adds to the fun, colorful, style of the layout, but adding the doodled lines around everything to me just feels like it's keeping all the chaos contained. That's how I'm gonna phrase it. And I think it's just what it needed to kind of keep it more cohesive. So I'm just drawing solid lines now with the orange, and then I'll go in with some white foam alphas for my title, and that'll be it. But I had a lot of fun with this sketch. It was more my supplies I was struggling with more than anything. And I thought it was a new fun way to kind of do a grid with multiple photos. And I thought it was really fun. The sketch, they had the title going straight in the middle of all of them. So I wanted to do the same thing and kind of draw your focus to the center of the layout since there is so much going on. So I'm just using my little letters here to say play right there in the middle in some white. And that's pretty much it. So you'll see the close-ups here in a second. Make sure you check out the Scraptember playlist. I'll have it linked in the description to see what everyone else did today, as well as every other day this month where there's prompts. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.